In the news tonight, President Tinubu emphasizes unity and resilience of African continent for development. And FCT Minister Yeson Wike inspects project assures of May deadline. A very good evening. Thank you for joining us on the 7 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Abdullah Hajia. First, we begin from the presidency, where President Bola Tinubu has called for unity and resilience of the African continent for development and prosperity. The president made the call when he received the Nigerian Super Eagles after their return from the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
It is a great honor for me to receive you, the Super Eagles.
Appreciating their performance with a presidential handshake and conferment of national honor of Member of the Order of the Niger, MON, President Tinubu says the Super Eagles have demonstrated a great example to the teeming youth in the country.
So many of us, we understand sport. Competitive football is unpredictable. But we were determined. We salute your resilience. You lifted our spirit. You made us proud. You made us smile as Nigerians.
With the expression of hope, joy, and the spirit of serving humanity, irrespective of differences, President Tinubu says the glory of the West African region has been restored for keeping the cup.
The unity and resilience of the continent, the spirit of the continent. We are very proud being in Nigeria. I am proud of you too. This country has a long spirit and year ahead of it to give you the promise of development, prosperity, and turning the ship around. You have done a great job. I am proud of you.
I therefore present to you the silver winning team to the AFCON in Abidjan.
Sports Minister John Eno presents the silver medalist to the President with the assurance of achieving a collective effort towards strengthening the national team for future competitions.
After 24 years, the country's national team that is here gathered won a silver medal at the end of the AFCON after 24 years. Although we were to win the gold in 2013, but this feat accomplished by our senior national team is a no mean feat. In what they have done, Mr. President, like has been said by everyone, they've inspired everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, we gave all we had. We did our best onto the final. I wish that we were here carrying the trophy for you. I've been very privileged to be in your presence and be in this hall 2 times now. In 2019, I was here with a bronze medal. Now we are here with a silver medal. I have 2 gold medal winners besides me here. And all we can promise that we'll be continue to working harder, and the next time we meet, hopefully next year, we'll be bringing home a gold medal.
The Super Eagles arrived in the country in the early hours of Tuesday from Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, after the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, with all the officials in attendance. From the State House, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Ayodeji Makinde was earlier at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport where he got the return of the Super Eagles.
AFCON is over and Super Eagles are back in the country. The players arrived at the terminal of Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, 12:33 a.m. Tuesday, with mixed reactions after a second-place finish at the tournament.
I thank Nigerians for the kind of support that they showed this team. I thank the government and the president for being as tremendous as they were.
Coach Jose Pesero, Captain Ahmed Musa, and others, despite the challenges of aviation logistics, which delayed their flights from Abidjan, expressed disappointment of losing the final to Côte d'Ivoire, but assure an improvement.
Our players deserve a lot, deserve everything. For Nigerian people, for me, I am sad because I'd like to take the cup, but please, our players, they did very well.
In the wake of cyberbullying of midfielder Alex Iwobi over his performance in the final, there was a unanimous call for an end to the attack, as this will not help the team ahead of crucial 2025 AFCON and 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers.
You know, we are one team. We perform together. We win together, we lose together. So yeah, I just urge all the Nigerians to stay behind the team. I think everyone should be very proud of all the work that we did. And yeah, the team is only going to get better.
The players, they worked hard, they gave it all throughout the tournament and didn't complain for anything. So yeah, it happens, it's football, you know, but we have to build on this and focus on the next tasks.
The NFF on its part did not make a categoric statement on the future of coach Pesero, who has had his future as subject in regular discourse.
I make it very clear that whichever coach we are going to employ to manage the Super Eagles must be the coach to manage the Chan Eagles. So by that, I know, by the grace of God, we are going to see some little difference in ensuring that at least there are some home-based players into the senior national team.
Nigeria will next return to action against Bafana of South Africa in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier on June 3. In Abuja, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
Now to legislative matters. The House of Representatives has passed a resolution urging the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Abuja, to halt the ongoing recruitment of judges to fill vacancies, citing lack of compliance with the federal character principle and quota system. Adopting a motion by Representative Igariwe Enwo, the House mandated its Committee on Judiciary to investigate the federal character approval of the recruitment process and report back to the House for further legislative action.
Concerned that whereas every state of the Federation has judges from their respective states appointed in the FCT High Court system, 4 states, namely Ebonyi, Abia, Imo, and Bayelsa, do not have a single indigene from their states appointed and sitting in the FCT High Court system. Worried that Ebonyi State, in particular, is doubly discriminated against in that it has none of its judges appointed in the High Courts of the FCT, and yet was not listed as one of the states to apply for the vacant 12 positions sought to be filled.
National Assembly correspondent Mitara Ipen reports that the House, however, stepped down a bill seeking to make first degree or its equivalent the minimum educational qualification for election into certain political offices after extensive debate for second reading.
If a managing director who holds an equally strategic position in a company within this country cannot be employed without a university degree or its equivalent, why should the above political offices be held by people without a university degree or its equivalent?
I do not believe that this should apply to all categories of elections. At the local government, you don't need a university. You need to know your local government, your people, where the streams are.
By asking that we up the qualification, we'll also encourage our children. Those of them that aspire to public offices, they must know that, look, education is now necessary.
Your level of education is never a determinant factor to what you will do if you are placed in an office as a president, governor, member, House of Representatives. And now you are saying only a degree holder can be enfranchised. And we end up disenfranchising more than 90% of our population.
It's discriminatory, against others.
She has moved to step down this bill. But remember that any issue that has to do with constitutional amendment could come through the House and also could come in form of memoranda.
Boss Mustafa has denied any involvement in the alleged disbursement of $6.2 million to foreign election observers during the 2023 general election. Miriam Emeka Amadi reports that Boss Mustafa gave the testimony when he appeared before the High Court of the FCT in the ongoing trial of former Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele. The immediate past secretary to the governments of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, appeared as a second prosecution witness at the High Courts of the FCT in the alleged procurement fraud of the former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, who is standing trial on a 20-count charge. Godwin Emefiele was accused of impersonating secretary to the governments of the Federation to illegally obtain the sum of $6.320 million in cash for international election observers in the last general elections. On the cross-examination by Matthew Booker, Boss Mustafa was asked if he only got to know about the issue of $6.230 thousand to the press. He answered in the affirmative, adding that it was on 23rd December 2023 when the issue was awash in social media. He heard about the matter for the first time. When asked if he knew the person, Jibril Abubakar, who presented himself as a staff member in the office of the SGF and collected money from CBN, he said he did not know him because he was never a staff in his office. The former SGF made it clear that as it relates to $6.2 million, he did not receive anything from CBN and he gave out nothing. Earlier, the first prosecution witness, Onyeka Ogbu, the deputy director of branch operations at the Apex Bank, gave an account of the former CBN governor gave account that the former CBN governor approved the payment of $6,230 million in cash for international election observers in the last 2023 general election. After the second prosecution, witness concluded his evidence in chief and cross-examined. The presiding judge, Justice Moazu, adjourned to further hearing to the 7th and 11th March 2024. May deadline for the completion of some ongoing priority projects within the city center is sacrosanct. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, disclosed this during an inspection tour of the project. Onosi Yakubu reports. Okay, that report seems not to be ready. Moving on. Since its invention more than a century ago, radio as a means of communication has continued to live up to its glory and making powerful impacts upon news, drama, music, and sports. Ramatu Abdullah in this report examines the unique value of the radio as the World Radio Day is celebrated.
On behalf of the news editor, Helen Ijaja, and the production team, my name is Okimute Iguriese, saying keep listening to Capital FM.
According to UNESCO, about 44,000 radio stations broadcast to approximately 5 billion people, representing 70% of the world's population. From the local transistor radio used many years ago to the rise of internet-based streaming platforms and podcasts, radio remains the medium to reach the widest audience, imbibing new technological forms and devices to stay relevant.
a lover of radio programs. So most of the times I listen to news program.
Radio, even on your phone, you can have a radio set and you know what is happening. You can be going on the road in the car, you know what is happening. You can be in the market, you know what is happening.
13th February is proclaimed by UNESCO to commemorate World Radio Day and to encourage access to information through radio, including community radio. Bukola Towori, the general manager Capital FM 92.9, is a radio personality who has risen through various positions to get to her present post. She said radio is an intimate medium that speaks to individual.
It's a one-on-one contact. So the opportunity to be able to speak directly to one person at a time, it's quite different from what you feel when you feel that you're talking to a mass audience. So that one-on-one contact is a tool for serious persuasion.
With their microphones on set and creative ideas running through their heads, radio presenters inspire and touch countless lives through talk shows, news, sports, and entertainment programs.
They wait for your husband make it come back.
They can't go hospital. They say the woman they 2 months pregnant too.
One of the unique features of radio personnel is that you get to know them through their voices without actually knowing them physically.
And it feels good that I can speak somewhere and someone will say, I know that voice. Where do I know that voice from? That's the sweet thing about being on radio. I love it so much.
The theme of this year's World Radio Day is radio, a century informing, entertaining, and educating. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Malama, Allah ki bani katin bulo na 1000.
Na 1000? Tam. To shikenan yanzu nan zaka ga alert. Me yake damun ka? Me ake maka kake wannan ihun malam?
Ba dole in ihu ba. Wannan malamar ce na ce ta bani katin gulo na 1000. Ta je ta sa min katin 10,000. Ta ya zan iya biyan wannan?
Wannan ai garabasa gulo take yi. Idan ka saka 1000 za su rubanya maka shi domin ya koma 10,000. Shine muke kira 10 times airtime bonus.
Amma fa abun nan kai mamaki.
Abokina ka kwanta da hankalinka. Kaga wannan 10,000 gulo ne ta baka kyauta. That what me say na 10 times ahun we gulo give you. 10 times.
Kwarai kuwa kai ma za ka iya samun 10 times airtime bonus idan ka sai kati a layin Glo ɗinka. Sai sabon layin Glo.
Thank you for staying tuned, and that brings us to the end of the English segments of the news at 7. Up next is the translations. Good evening. I am Abdullah Hajia.
Wizo kwa wewe wana iwo abadana tuko ishanda zuma onyewa gobagai titakoda Bola Tinubu nlayi mbaje kalayan nge alabwa nado no atni aje no Africa nifi agudu na bage abwa apeji mizani wale sheba webe na bada nge Abdulrahman Jibrila wanga titakoda we dade na sai nwe go ayofan apolili mba babu nkodovua bai fawen no watunba onaye we kusan barka ci ba wece we gaba mwamwa na gban incedo no ayin aje ntukotuno abefon yebo minister ekizinda yerson wuke woku nage azoko bedo no abaje apefon woche galo na no jimi nge ajin nge nshokwayi weyelo asabajin nyele mama piai zanwala shiba wo be na beda nje onozo yakubu wanga ge minister we dade no sai we bigi wa putai we sheba we je she alabalo a she tete yakwai shi abebe no abeda pwakun I gaba pelo no apabu igbe ngo radio no aye mwabaye no mbala diyan ba jin abanu nu agwo abada ga aza aje ai go bada ga aza to koy godiya lo koy da koyan bada manai bada ayofanya ko anya enchedo no abada aje Ramatu Abdullahi wala shiba wobe na bada wela bi shiba na ba waje abada manai no abada fa kuma koy ba godiya lo be shi in ko me shi twe na che shi ai pa wobe.
Masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka da fatan wani cikin koshin lafiya a takaice ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran mu na yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakub. Shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya yi kira ga ɗaukacin al'ummar nahiyar Afirka da su haɗa kansu domin ci gaban nahiyar da samun nasarori masu tarin yawa. Wakilin fadar shugaban ƙasa Abdulrahman Jibrila ya rawaito mana cewa shugaba Tinubu ya yi wannan kira ne a yayin da ya karɓi tawagar ƙungiyar ƙwallon ƙafa ta ƙasa Super Eagles a fadar shugaban ƙasa bayan sun dawo daga ƙasar Cote d'Ivoire inda suka halarci gasar cin kofin ƙwallon nahiyar Afirka ta 2023 wanda suka zo na biyu. Shugaba Tinubu ya ce yana alfahari da su saboda taka rawar gani da suka yi inda ya ba su lambar yabo ta karramawa domin yabawa da ƙoƙarin da suke yi. Wa'adin ƙare wasu muhimman ayyukan da ke gudana a ƙwaryar birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja na ci gaba da karatowa. Wakilin Shaibu Onoze Yakubu ya shaida mana cewa ministan babban birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja Nyesom Wike shi ne ya bayyana haka a lokacin da ya kai ziyarar duba ayyukan inda ya buƙaci a hanzarta a kammala su domin ci gaban birnin da al'ummarsa. Tun da aka ƙirƙiro rediyo a ƙarnoni da yawa da suka gabata, rediyo na matsayin kafar sadarwa na ci gaba wanda yake ci gaba da taka rawar gani wajen ilmantar da al'umma ta hanyoyi da yawa da suka haɗa da labarai, shirye-shirye, wasannin kwaikwayo, kaɗe-kaɗe da wasannin zamani. Wakiliyar Ramatu Abdullahi ta rawaito mana cewa an yi bayani akan muhimmancin rediyo ga rayuwar al'umma a yau da ta kasance ranar rediyo ta duniya, ranar da aka keɓe musamman domin tunawa tare da bayyana tasirin da rediyo ke yi ga rayuwar al'umma da ci gabansu. Ƙarshen labarin namu na yau gaba ɗaya kenan sai kuma gobe idan rai ya kai mu kwana lafiya.
Ekele m gị na ị nọnyere anyị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi unu gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Onyeisi ala anyị Bola Tinubu akpọọla oku maka udo na ihu na ndị mmadụ were onwe ha pụọ na nsogbu dị iche iche na mba Afrịka bụ nke o kwuru na ọ ga-enye aka weta mmepe na ọganihu. Onye ọrụ anyị Abdulrahman Jibrila wetara akụkọ na ọ kpọrọ oku a mgbe ọ nabatara ndị otu Super Eagles ala anyị mgbe ha natara site na asọmpi ha gara na mba Cote d'Ivoire. Ọnwa Mee bụ ọnwa enyere ndị ji ọrụ isi ala anyị n'aka abụrụla nke minista n'isi ala anyị kwuru na ọ bụ nke a na-agaghị agbanwe. Onye ọrụ anyị Onoze Yakubu wetara akụkọ na minista bụ aka na-achị isi ala anyị Nyesom Wike kpughere nke a mgbe ha mere njem ilekọta etu ọrụ si aga n'isi ala anyị. Eri mgbe emepụtara igwe na-ekwu okwu akpọrọ redio afọ ole na ole gara aga. Igwe na-ekwu okwu anọgidela na-arụ ọrụ mgbasa ozi, na-etinyekwa uchu n'ihe banyere akụkọ ụwa, ihe ejije, egwuregwu nakwa uri dị iche iche. Onye ọrụ anyị Ramatu Abdullahi na akụkọ ya lebara anya na uru na ihe mere igwe na-ekwu okwu jiri bụrụ ọpụrụ iche. O kwekwara nghọta na ha jiri nke a merube emume ụbọchị igwe na-ekwu okwu. Igbo gere m ntị, ọ gwụla ka ọha anyị n'ọnụ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ndewo.
Kálẹ̀ o ẹ̀sìnkú dédé wòyí ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín. Bọ́lájí Mátì ni oníròyìn. Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu bí ó ti ń kí àwọn ọmọ tó ń ta ayò lórí pápá fún orílẹ̀-èdè kú àbọ̀ láti orílẹ̀-èdè tí ìdíje ọ̀hún ti wáyé sọ wípé ìrẹ́pọ̀ àti ẹ̀mí ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì púpọ̀ fún ìdàgbàsókè ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Abdulrahman Jibrila ròyìn wípé bí ó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé ife ọ̀hún kò bá wọn wálé, wọ́n gbìyànjú lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú ìdíje náà pẹ̀lú ipò kejì tí wọ́n gbé. Pẹ̀lú ní dídùn, ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu dá àwọn ọmọ náà lọ́lá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀yẹ orílẹ̀-èdè fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ṣe. Ó dájú wípé ọ̀pọ̀ iṣẹ́ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ yóò parí ní ìgboro ìlú Àbújá ṣáájú oṣù karùn-ún tí wọ́n fún àwọn alágbàkọ́. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Oníṣẹ́ Yakubu ròyìn wípé aláṣẹ ìlú Àbújá Nyesom Wike ló gbé ọ̀rọ̀ náà kalẹ̀ lásìkò ìrìn àjò àbẹ̀wò rẹ̀ sí àwọn iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ní ìgboro ìlú Àbújá. Ẹ̀rọ asọ̀rọ̀mágbèsì láti ìgbà tí ó ti wáyé jẹ́ ọ̀nà kan pàtàkì tí ìwíhùn fi ń tàn yíká, ó sì tún tẹ̀síwájú nínú ògo rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ipa àti àǹfààní tí àwọn ènìyàn jẹ nínú ìròyìn, eré ìdárayá, orin ní gbígbọ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Alákòójọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ramatu Abdullahi tó ṣe àyẹ̀wò iyì ẹ̀rọ asọ̀rọ̀mágbèsì bí gbogbo àgbáyé ti ń ṣe ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ lágbàáyé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọjọ́ ẹ̀rọ asọ̀rọ̀mágbèsì fi wá wípé ọ̀pọ̀ ló sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ yìí, pàápàá bí ó ti ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ sí etí ìgbọ́ gbogbogbò lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣoṣo, àti pé àǹfààní rẹ̀ pọ̀ púpọ̀, kò ṣeé má ní ẹ̀rọ asọ̀rọ̀mágbèsì tó kì í dùn púpọ̀ ṣé o ní ọbẹ̀ ògè títí òwúrọ̀ ọ̀la Ojúmọ́ Ire ni yóò mọ̀ wá. No.